Hi, welcome back to the weekly, daily market review video. I had to do the video today. It was very important for me to show you all the plays that I did announced on Sunday night's video and how actually they worked out in this last couple days. Though I did not play one of the plays that I really wanted to go in, and I will show you how it has moved in this last 4 days. But we're going to start with, as always, with the S&P 500 SPY. And if you remember yesterday, I had mentioned this that once we can get above the 273 level, we can go back to the 280. But we have a little resistance coming around at 277, 278 area. But nice close today with a nice hammer over the 13 bounce from 13 SMA and closing above the 50 SMA. So that was a nice reversal hammer today, and I expect this to be forming a U shape here, and hopefully testing this 278 sometime next week. But definitely a close about 273 today was a very bullish sign for the market. As you can see here, when it did that, close about 273, it gapped up, and the next day it went to 278. So we could see this again. Not saying it could happen tomorrow, but it very well can. So just an eye on S&P. Definitely some. I am bullish. Again, low volume. So that's just my only concerning. Every day we are having a low volume right here, low volume every single day. Tomorrow I expect even lower volume because it's a Friday. So tomorrow expect a even lower volume. But be careful. Low volume usually moves the stock higher. So just something to be mindful of. So watch the volume, but definitely a bullish hammer on a daily about 274 close, 273 close. We can go 278 either tomorrow or next week if we don't have any other drama from the White House. Moving on to the QQQ, the NASDAQ ETF. Now, I have been very bullish on this NASDAQ QQQ. I don't play the ETF myself much, but I play the text as I'm much more able to play those easily. So here's the we had a pullback in February, and you can see this nice ascending triangle. Now, if we can break this 270, and we're kind of like squeezing in this channel of of the triangle. So if you can break out of here, and again a nice reversal, we are above all the SMAs on this one. Again, my concern is this low volume decreasing every single day. Expect even lower tomorrow because of Friday, but we can easily bounce or close over 170 tomorrow, easily possible. Maybe it's just this kind of patterns usually lead to gap up, as we also closed on the high of the day today. So that usually leads to a next day run. So I would keep an eye on QQQ. Eyes on tech overall have been very bullish. Semis are on an insane run. So keep an eye on QQQ. We can, if we break out of 170.90 over here, we have no resistance on top. We can easily go 175, 176. So we have to keep an eye on this particular breakout over here coming up. It could also lead to a triple top though. So you have to keep in mind, just don't, if you're not into an ETF right now, I would say wait until we actually break above it and close above it. So eyes on QQQ. IWM, Russell 2000 ETF. Now, if you remember yesterday, I had mentioned that we need a pullback on this before I make an entry. And guess what? Today we had a pullback. Not a big pullback, obviously not, but it's a red candle, which usually what we might see here, what I think is going to happen is we might see this little bit of a bull flag forming and then a gap up. So we might have a pullback to around this level, which is a previous resistance, which is 155. You can easily have a pullback at that level. You can see over here resistance for 5 days, then we broke out. Same here, resistance for 5 days, and then we broke out. So definitely could test that 155 again before we make that move up to 160. So I'm watching this. If I get 155, I would definitely go long on here. Now I want to talk about the place that I actually right now am in, NVIDIA. This has been consolidating nicely for a while. If you look around here, did that for 3 4 days, and then it popped. We're doing the same here now. We pop consolidation for 3 4 days here now, and today was a reversal hammer. Nothing big on. It did not close green, but had a nice comeback from the lows today. Um, what I'm liking here is that we are finding the buyers at this 239 area, 239.39, 239.40. We're finding the buyers, and we are closing above the previous day lows, which is also a good sign. So I would personally am holding calls for the conference that's coming up at the end of the month, but I am bullish on Nvidia. The charts look good to me. I expect a nice candle, something like this, like a nice $6 7 run. It's coming up soon. It feels, sometimes you just know from experience that that run is coming. But again, like I have been emphasizing on every single chart here, volume, nothing, nothing, no volume. So that's the only concerning part. So be careful, but it can easily pop. Like you can see here, it has popped so much, like what, 230 to 240, $10 move on literally like 50 million volume. So that's it's Nvidia. It can move fast. So eyes are on Nvidia overall. Apple. Now, as yesterday, I had suggested I was in Apple, and I had got in at $175 calls for next week, and I got out today at that 177. I know that 177 is going to hold up, as it has held up in the past here, held up here, held up again today. I know it's going to hold up. In the past, it has done the same thing. So I'm not going to hold it. Now, once it breaks this 177, which it actually tested and came back down and closed under 177. So I got out at 177. Now, once it breaks this 177, I would definitely look to go back long again. So until then, I played this channel between 177 and 172. It's that easy. $5 channel is pretty good. If you can play calls, you can short it or you can go long on it. What I see on Apple happening here, even though we closed at the highs, if we have a green day tomorrow, we can easily go above 177 tomorrow and probably test that, 179, which I see as the next resistance before we go to 180, as you can see right here. So yeah, Apple was definitely a nice play today from yesterday's swing. Now ANDV, ANDV. This was the reason I wanted to do a video today. I spoke about this on Sunday evening for one of the plays for this week. Now, I regret it because I missed out on this play, on this run that it had this week. Now, I'm going to start with the weekly chart because I couldn't get the whole daily on here for last year and a half to 2 years. So let's look at the weekly chart, and you can see here that the 91 support, previous resistance, support, previous resistance. It basically had a triple top here, one top, two top, triple top, broke out, came back down, tested it, went to 121, came all the way back down to 91 again, tested it, and went for the nice massive $10 run this week. Now let's look at the daily chart on this. Okay, so I'm going to take this picture off, and you can see, yeah, it came a little under 91, no big deal, but look at that massive run. Now, why I wanted to get in this play is right here. We have been seeing the activity on this particular play for quite some time, from 220 to 305. Even yesterday or day before, we had all calls. There's not a single put. Even if I have filtered out every single thing, I have puts filtered to calls here as well. Not a single put here. From last almost a month, or I would say 3 weeks, we have seen calls coming in. And, I was so upset with myself when I saw this play running. And so on Sunday, we were here. We closed here on Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Look at this 4-day rally, $91 to $100. Now this is, if there's something that I missed out on. No regrets, you move on, but there are plenty of plays out there. But it's a perfect example of your charts, right? If just looking at this over here, knowing that when it was dropping down, keeping an eye on this 91 or $91 range, keeping an eye on it would have definitely made this play even better and would have given me the confidence to go back in and play. So that's what something I should have kept an eye, but definitely look at the triple tops here on a weekly chart. Came back, tested, a nice run, test again. Now I feel from here, if they can break this $100 range, which is right around here, we can go to 101, and then we can go back to this 118 radian right here. So ANDV, a nice run, more rally to looking forward to it. JD. Now JD had a nice couple days, had an ER on last Friday, came back down, but now it held the support at 41.40. Now why it is a good chart here? Let's look at this. So 41.40 held on to it, which is also a support. If you look right here, on this right here. So it held that line, okay, $42. Yeah, came back down, but if you look, it closed above that line. So that's all it matters. You had buyers coming in at this level, so it closed above it. Back-to-back days, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Yesterday we had a nice nice candle come in, and today we had a nice another rally, small rally. So what are we? And then you can see here we had a resistance here, which it got in the past. And again today we got stuck at the same resistance line. Now we can easily gap up tomorrow and maybe test that, $49. So today what we saw on JD was pretty interesting. That let's see, JD for today, a bunch of calls come in. $48 strike price for April 20th expiration. Plenty of activity on that thing. Mostly calls, very few puts at the ask all day today. So I picked some up. I think we can get a nice rally on JD. We have a month on those calls. I plan to hold them for at least a week or so, and I do think we can go ahead and test this $49 easily. And the last one, Tesla. Now this is a weekly chart, so let's look at the weekly first, and then we'll move on to we'll look at the daily chart. So we know that we have a strong base at 323. Yes, we have dipped in the past under this right over here. We have dipped under 323 a couple times, and we also have a strong support at this 300 level. We know that, but strong support at this 323 though, and we have a stop at 361, resistance at 361. Now let's look at the daily chart on a yearly chart. As you can see here, we have a triple top at 360. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We are forming a base at this 323 for last week or so. So I personally feel we can easily make this a U shape. But the thing is, if we go back, test that 361 again, it has to break it and move forward and run. If not, it can easily come down. That'll be a 4 top, and that would not be good at 360. So I feel we can easily make this a U-shaped turn over here and go back and test that 360, and hopefully we can break above it. So today I picked some calls up. We saw some small activity on Tesla. It's a YOLO for me, but I picked some calls for next week expiration right over here. I went in a little closer to the money, but they were good. They were good good strike and good activity for me to kind of take a little dip at it. So that's what I have for today, and I hope everyone is watching the videos and learning. If not, please message me, DM me on YouTube, or message me on Stock Twits at I Own Wall Street. And if you have any questions, let me know. I will be gladly able to help you all if I can. And thank you for watching. Be safe and have a good day.